Good morning, you guys. Go ahead and switch over my sound so you guys can see me instead of the background. This morning, you're going to need a prop of some sort. Typically, we would use a yoga strap, but I know many of us don't have access to that. So if you can grab a towel or an old t-shirt, I'll demonstrate with a towel today the poses. And then we'll get going here in just a few minutes. Okay, so this morning I'm going to keep things slow, kind of just how I normally do with these early morning practices. I do want to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Fizz. I am the yoga instructor on campus. I teach in the kinesiology department. And primarily I teach sports medicine, but I do teach a few yoga classes as well, and some activity classes occasionally. Before we begin, I am pregnant. I always like to start with this. I have to be really cautious with some of the poses that I am doing. So I will always demonstrate the pose, but I might not necessarily go the entire time practicing the pose with you guys. And that's just, of course, for the safety of the baby and myself. So just because I'm not doing it, I don't want you guys to think that you're not welcome to continue. I'll use my words, I'll guide you through, and you should know exactly what you need to do for each pose. And then the last thing, my son is home this morning. This is a rare situation. Normally he's off at grandma's on these Wednesday mornings, so you might hear him in the background playing occasionally. And I hope that doesn't bug you guys too much. So yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and start. A majority of our practice is going to be on our back. We will do a few poses on our stomach. Like I said, most of it will be on our back. So why don't we come onto our back? We'll start in that position. Go ahead and just align the spine. Kind of lift the hips, move things around, allow the body to settle onto the floor. And to start, we're just going to start in corpse pose, which means that our arms will come to our side, palms facing up. Your hips will relax to the point where your toes will turn out. You might notice some tension in the shoulders, so I invite you to pull them down and away from your ears if you can. And just take a few breaths here. Allow the body to relax. If you'd like, you can gently close your eyes or just find something in the room that you can allow your gaze to come to. And just feel the sensation of the breath as it enters through your nose. Notice the rise and fall of the chest with each inhale and exhale. You feel the weight of the head, the shoulders, and the hips sink further into the floor as you exhale and release. I always like to start almost every practice one of those breaths where you take a nice big inhale, then you sigh and release it all out. Everything just relaxes. So on your next inhale, fill up those lungs. Open the mouth, fully release. Your breath returns back to its natural state. We're not doing anything specific to change it. We'll alleviate some of the arch in the low back, some of the discomfort that might come by bending our knees, bringing the soles of our feet to the floor. We'll gently windshield wiper our knees to the left, keeping those feet firmly planted on the ground. We rise back to center and we'll switch to the right-hand side. Continue to go from one side to the other. Move at your own pace. There's no right or wrong pace with this one. If you're feeling extra tight on one side, you can pause and hold. Those knees will eventually come back to center. We'll draw them into the chest, and then we'll make small circles, gently massaging out that low back. You'll find your body will shift from one side to the other. Again, move at your own pace. Switch directions if you'd like. Pause if you find a nice tight spot. Whatever feels best for you right now. Bringing those knees back into center. We'll extend the left leg, keeping the right knee nice and tight into our chest. At this point, we're going to grab our prop. I'm utilizing a towel. I invited some of you guys to use a t-shirt or a yoga strap if you have it. I'm just going to wrap the towel around the sole of my right foot. No correct way to do this, to be honest with you. And then we're going to come into a hamstring stretch here, drawing the sole of that right foot up towards the sky. Of course, if you have the flexibility to draw that right foot closer to the chest, please do so, or the right leg, I should say. If you prefer to not use the prop, you're more than welcome to do that as well. You can grab onto the leg with just your hands. Again, I invite you to bring your gaze to something in the room or gently close your eyes, whatever you're comfortable with. Allow the body to breathe and release in this pose. I'm going to transition the strap into my left hand. So it'll be crossing the body at this point. And gently keeping my hips firmly planted on the ground, I'm going to cross that right leg over the body just slightly. You should feel the stretch move to the outside of that thigh or the outside of that hamstring. And just get to a point where you feel a pretty decent stretch, and we're going to pause here. And allow that right hip to lift up and off of the ground. We'll drop the right foot all the way to the floor, coming into a spinal twist. We want to keep our shoulders firmly planted on the floor. And I'm going to give two options for the legs. Your right leg can stay extended if you're looking for a stretch on that outer thigh, or you can come into a traditional spinal twist where we bend at the knee and we'll draw that knee towards the floor rather than the foot. Your gaze can come up to the ceiling, or you can look over to your right fingertips if you're looking for a little more spinal twist. We'll untwist at the spine, bringing that foot back into a hamstring stretch here. We're going to hold for a few breaths, pulling the leg deeper into the stretch than we did the first time. Really utilizing those exhales, allowing those hamstring muscles to release. We pull the thigh or the knee closer to the chest. Final breath here. We'll release that foot, coming back to a neutral, less intense hamstring stretch. I'm going to scoot myself towards you guys just to give myself a little bit more room. Coming into an inner thigh stretch, I'm going to drop that right leg off to the right hand side. You can hold on to the strap if you'd like. Some of you might have enough flexibility just to allow the leg and the foot to come to the floor. We'll keep that strap on the foot. We're going to bring the leg back to that center position, the hamstring stretch. And then we'll draw the knee into the chest. Continue to hold on to that prop. At this point, I'm going to roll over onto my stomach. So I'll roll over onto my left-hand side. I'm not going to be able to perform this pose because of my baby that I'm growing, but I'll demonstrate for just a second, okay? You can see I've still got the strap or my prop on my foot. I'm lying on my stomach, and I'm just going to draw, utilizing that strap, my foot towards my glute. Okay, if you'd prefer to not use the strap and use your hand here, you're more than welcome to. And I would just make yourself as comfortable as possible in the upper body. You can use that arm, opposite arm, as a pillow. You can gently close your eyes if you'd like. Just allow the body to rest. I'm not going to be able to continue this pose further, but please enjoy it for just a few minutes, and then I'll use my words and draw you up and out of it. We can release that right foot. At this point, we won't need the prop anymore, so you can set the prop onto the side. We'll roll back onto the back. We're going to stay on the right-hand side for just a few more poses. So I'll invite you to bend your left knee, bringing the sole of the left foot to the floor. Our right ankle will come to the top of our left knee into what we call a figure 4 pose. Now, as we perform this pose, you'll want to draw that right knee away from the face. The reason for this is that it'll help open up this right hip, and it'll help stretch the muscles within the glute area. Some of you guys might find this to be a pretty decent stretch, and you're welcome to stay here if you do. If you're looking for a little bit more, you can pull the left knee into the chest. A reminder to continue to push the right knee away from the face. And then we'll wrap our arms or our hands around our left thigh. you grabbed onto that left leg, go ahead and release, bringing the sole of the left foot back to the floor. Everyone, I'll invite to walk that left foot out past your left hip. You'll notice I'm inching my foot out this direction towards you guys. I'm going to drop both of my knees to the right, coming into the stretch at the hip here. This is probably the most intense stretch that we'll do for today. We'll only be here for about a minute, the shortest amount of time. Again, just breathe into those tight areas. Allow the muscles to relax. And I'll cue you out of this pose in just a second. We'll remove that right foot from on top of the left knee, bringing it to the floor, drawing both knees back up to center and then realigning the feet to center. We're gonna switch to the opposite side at this point. So we'll need our prop again. We'll wrap that towel, the t-shirt, the yoga strap around our left foot, and we'll extend the right foot so that it comes out or down to the floor, sorry. We'll come into that hamstring stretch on the left-hand side. Drawing the leg towards the chest. Again, if you prefer not to use a prop, you're more than welcome to go through these poses without one. Whatever provides the best stretch for you. Bringing that prop to the right hand only. I'll keep my hips firmly on the floor. And I'm going to cross that leg over the body just slightly. You should feel a transition in the stretch to the outer thigh or the outer hamstrings. And we'll just pause here for a few breaths. We'll allow that left hip to come up and off of the ground as we drop that the left foot all the way to the right hand side. Coming into a spinal twist, our shoulders will stay planted on the floor. If you're looking to stretch that outer thigh, please keep your leg straight as it comes across the body into the floor. If you're looking for a traditional spinal twist, which is the one I'm doing right now, you'll bend at that left knee and draw the knee closer to the ground. Your gaze can come to the ceiling, or you can look at your fingertips that are on the left-hand side. Whatever feels best for you. We'll untwist at the spine, bringing that left leg back up and into a hamstring stretch. We'll pause here for just a few breaths, drawing the leg closer into the chest compared to the first time we were in this pose. Utilizing those exhales for those hamstrings to release, we pull the leg in tighter. Our last breath here. And we'll open up the hip the opposite direction by drawing that left leg out to the left-hand side. Coming into an inner thigh stretch here. Our right leg will stay extended to the floor. Again, some of you guys might find that you don't need the props for these poses. Feel free to lose the prop at any point to enhance your stretch. Our next pose, we've done once before. I'm not able to do it, so I'll guide you with my voice. We'll draw that left leg back up into a hamstring stretch. Keeping the strap or the towel t-shirt around our foot, the knee comes into the chest. We're gonna roll over on our right hand side to our stomach. You'll pull the leg or the heel of the left foot into the glute towards the butt muscles, If you'd like, you can get rid of the strap and utilize that left hand to draw that left foot closer to the hip. You can utilize your right arm as a pillow, resting the upper body and allowing yourself to relax Always spend just a few minutes here. We'll release the foot. If you're still utilizing the prop, you can go ahead and remove it from the foot as well and set it off to the side. We won't need it at this point. Moving forward, you can come back to the back. Our final 2 stretches here. We'll bring the sole of the right foot to the floor, bend at the knee. Setting up in that figure 4 pose again on the opposite side. That left ankle will come to the top of our right knee. Again, we really want to emphasize that we draw the left knee away from our face. Open up that hip. Feel a stretch within that left glute and hip area. Many of you might find this to be enough of a stretch. If you're looking for a little more, you can draw that right knee into the chest, wrapping your hands around your thigh. Again, just want to reiterate, we want to keep pushing this left knee away from the chest. So if you find that drawing the knee in causes your left knee to come towards your chest as well, go ahead and return back to the original position where the sole of the right foot is on the floor. You drew that right knee into your chest. Go ahead and release the thigh. Return the foot back to the floor. I'll invite everyone to walk their right foot out past their right hip. We'll drop the knees towards the left. Again, probably the most intense stretch of the day. So we'll be here for just about a minute. We'll remove the left ankle from the top of the right knee, bringing both feet to the floor. We'll rise the knees back to center and walk the feet also back to center. We're going to end today's practice how we end every practice. I'm going to sit myself up, but you guys can stay on your back if you'd like. Just a quick meditation, an opportunity for us to thank ourselves for showing up this morning, for waking up nice and early, logging onto Zoom, and being here. Like I said, many people enjoy taking this last moment on their back in corpse pose like we started. Some people would prefer to sit in a meditative pose like I'm doing so right now. Crisscross applesauce, my hands can come to my knees. If you're lying on your back and in corpse pose, go ahead and realign the spine. Make yourself comfortable. Arms come to your side, palms facing up. Your hips will relax to the point where your toes turn out. Regardless of whatever pose you're in, I invite everyone to release the tension in their shoulders by drawing them down and away from your ears. Notice any tension in the jaw or in the tongue. Allow that tongue to just rest gently. Removing it from the roof of your mouth. Maybe you notice any tension between the eyebrows, and I invite you to intentionally relax those muscles. Release the eyebrows, allow them just to sit on your face. It sounds so silly, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And we'll just spend a few more moments here as you feel the rise and fall of your chest. Take these final moments just for yourself before you start your day. We'll draw our attention back to the body by gently wiggling our fingers and wiggling our toes. Regardless of what pose you're in, you can reach your arms over your head. You can stretch like you're just waking up. Nice gentle movement. Reintroduce. If you're on your back, you can pull the knees into the chest and you can turn to your favorite side. And when you're ready, you can use that top arm to push yourself up and into a seated position. Thank you so much for showing up this morning, for practicing with me. This is one of my favorite yoga practices. It's so simple, but I feel personally that I get such a good stretch and always come out feeling a little refreshed. So I hope you guys receive the same thing this morning. Have a wonderful Tuesday and a wonderful rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing most of you guys next time.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, you guys.